Welcome back to the podcast, Mystery Mugs and Melanin. If you're new, my name is Crystal.
And I'm Celine.
And if you're returning, welcome back to your favorite coffee-infused crime podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and join us on this journey into the often overlooked cases of women of color. All right, y'all, we are back with another podcast episode, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful and thankful for everyone who has been supporting us in the past few weeks as we've been posting new episodes with our new brand. We appreciate
it's exciting.
Yes, it is. So, Celine, what have you been up to?
Nothing too crazy this week. I am finishing up some edits on a book that I'm working on currently. Just trying to, I guess, kind of find my routine. I know it's been a few months since I moved, but I still kind of trying to get into, like a routine and get myself situated in a new place. I haven't explored this city much, so, I'm still trying to get used to my move.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, Celine just moved to the Austin area, so she's near me now. So I need to take her around the city is basically what is going on. But we both just moved, so we're both, just getting settled in.
Yeah. What about you? How's your week been?
Week has been good. Girls are starting school. Nothing too crazy over here either. Also, I do want to plug Celine since she just spoke about writing. Celine is an author, and you need to head over to Amazon and search for Celine Glaude. If we don't put it in the description box, search for the author Celine Glaude and follow her so you can see all the books that she's writing and whenever she posts them for pre-order. And also order the ones that are already up for pre-order.
Thanks for that plug. I didn't want to, plug myself, but thank you.
I'm gonna give you a little plug. All right, so I have my coffee. Do you have yours?
Always.
All righty. So now that we have everything we need, can you let us know what case you're getting into with us today?
Definitely. A peaceful Sunday dinner turned into a nightmare when Imani Roberson left her mother's home in Conyers, Georgia, and never returned. In this episode, we uncovered the disturbing details of Imani's disappearance, from the ominous sound of a possible gunshot to the discovery of her burned out car and the eventual revelation of her tragic fate.
Oh, wow. And just a disclaimer, Celine is a writer, so you will definitely see the differences in episodes between her cases and scripts and my cases. So
do you feel like there's a difference?
There is a difference. Yours is so eloquently written, and mine is just like, all right, y'all, let me tell y'all what the story is.
But that's what's so great about having two people.
Yeah.
In our podcast, it's our personalities, it's who we are.
Right.
This is my way of presenting the case. Last week was your way of presenting it. And so it's never just the same type of.
Yeah. And I like that. Because if we were both sitting up here like, and today such and such happened, and we just look like the news rather than.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm done interrupting you. Or maybe not.
Please interrupt. Okay, so let's get right into the case. Imani Roberson was a 30-year-old loving wife and mother of 4. On July 16th, Imani brought her children, all boys, aged 11, 9, 3, and 2 months, to her mother, Clarine Andujar White's house for Sunday dinner in Conyers, Georgia. It's a suburb of Atlanta. I want to say first off that I apologize if I am pronouncing Miss Clarine's name incorrectly. I tried to listen to it, on the broadcast and stuff. So I hope I'm saying her name properly. Eventually, Imani's two older children had decided to stay the night with their grandmother. So around 5:30 p.m., Imani left her mother's house with her two youngest children in her white Mazda SUV heading home. She was last seen driving home on Plantation Road. So Imani's mother attempted to call her and received no answer, and even went to Imani's home the next day. She was concerned because Imani hadn't returned her call from the day before or even called to check on her children,
Mm,
which is not, normal for her.
right.
When Miss Clarine arrived to Imani's home, she found the house empty. There was no one there, and this worried her. So she called the police and she reported her daughter missing.
Okay.
At a press conference, Imani's mother said, quote, "When I couldn't reach Imani almost 3 weeks ago, I knew something was wrong," end quote. So as that night when she couldn't reach her daughter, Miss Clarine knew that something was
Mhm.
not, something was
It
wrong.
was, so she knew that wasn't normal.
Mm-hmm. So the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office opened an investigation. They searched Imani's residence and other locations that Imani was known to visit are frequent often. They spoke to relatives, they spoke to friends, they spoke to neighbors, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, authorities concluded that there is definitely some foul play involved.
Mm.
And when they did that search of her home, they did find traces of blood.
Oh no.
So, a search for Imani started in the Rockdale County area. This search eventually clocked more than 400 hours of search time, with there were no leads and no results from this search. And 400 hours is a lot. That's a long time.
Yeah.
The family continued to appeal and ask the public for any information that could help with their search for Imani. Um, just reaching out to the public, reaching out to people in the area, the news station, everything. They continue to just keep pushing, which is very important in cases like this, where we highlight here cases that do not get a ton of media attention. I'm not saying that Imani's case lacked media attention in the area. It actually seemed to do really well, but many people nationally didn't know about this case.
Right.
So it's extremely important in these types of cases for the family and the community to push and push and push. The police department continued with interviews, checking cell phone records, executing search warrants, speaking to the neighbors, the community. They 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 did a good job, actually. If after reading some of the articles that I read, it was
I was
you
kind
know
of. That's what I was going to ask you. How do you feel? What kind of police work do you think?
I think they did. I think they did well. I think that they set the goal and did what they had to do to find the answers that was needed for the family,
Okay. Unlike last week's case.
unlike last week's case. Some footage was actually given to the family from one of the neighbors. The family passed the footage to the police and eventually the media, but it was some grainy footage. And I tried to find the footage, but I couldn't. So I'm sorry. But it was some grainy footage from a Ring doorbell from a neighbor.
Mm.
How the Ring doorbells up close, it's really good. But when you're trying to look in the distance, you can't really see. So it was kind of grainy. But the video did show Imani's car quickly backing out of her driveway from her home, and then it sped away. And this was on the night she went missing, like after she returned home from
Mm-hmm.
from dinner at her mom's.
Okay.
Imani's family states that The car speeding away happened after a loud bang was heard at the property, which they claim was a gunshot. But I couldn't find this to be confirmed by authorities as of yet.
So who said
So the
gunshot?
the
The fake.
family. So
Okay.
maybe there was a loud bang on in the Ring doorbell footage. And I mean, a neighbor obviously passed them the. I don't want to, infer too much, but the neighbor obviously gave them the footage. Maybe they said, we heard a loud bang, and then on we saw her car speeding away in the Ring doorbell. Or maybe it could be that there was a loud bang in the Ring footage, that the Ring camera caught it, and
Mm-hmm.
then the car sped away. I'm not sure, but it hasn't been confirmed by authorities at the time that I did my research.
Okay. So this is this year, right?
Correct. July 16th, 2023 was when Imani had dinner with her mom and then, went missing.
Okay.
So on July 27th, 2023, 10 days later, officers located Imani's charred car, the remains of it. The car had been set on fire and then dumped near Camp Creek Parkway of Union Road in Atlanta. This area is it's about 24 miles from Imani's home.
Oh wow.
And the car was burned from the inside out.
Ooh. But there was no body in the car.
No, nothing. So this is concerning for the family, obviously. It's been about 10 days, 10, 11 days. You haven't heard from your daughter. Her vehicle wasn't there. The house is empty when you went to check. The police come out. They find traces of blood. Obviously, testing, DNA takes a little bit of time. It's not immediate. So you're like, okay, there was blood at the house. What's happening? And then her car is found burned,
Yeah.
tarred. On August 4th, police cadaver dogs discovered remains that eventually proved to belong to Imani. And this was not too far from where her torched car had been found. That same evening, a SWAT team arrested Imani's husband, Donnell Anderson. Now, Donnell, Imani's husband, is the father of their two youngest children, the 3-year-old and the baby, the infant. The Rockdale County Sheriff's Office charged him with felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission to attempt a felony.
Wow.
Yeah. So a press conference was held on August 5th. So things are moving this is what I'm talking about with this sheriff's department, right? This sheriff's office. Things are moving quickly. Her remains were found on the 4th. Husband was arrested the same day.
Right.
Press conference on the 5th. They seem to be really on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the press conference was held on August 5th, and Sheriff Eric Levette revealed the possibility of a second suspect.
Okay.
No other information was given at that time, and we're going to go ahead and show a clip from the press conference where Imani's parents and some of her family was in attendance as well.
Okay.
An unknown body was discovered. Once the body was examined and matched the description provided to us on Imani, including tattoos, we matched from photos of Imani, including descriptions that was provided to us by her mother and others, with the body recovered. We were certain that we have located Imani. On 8/4/2023, several more search warrants were secured, as well as arrest warrants for Donnell Anderson, which is her husband. I activated my SWAT team to go and pick up Donnell Anderson. Donnell Anderson was located at an apartment location in the city of Atlanta. Donnell Anderson is charged with felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. and there could be more charges. This investigation is still ongoing, and I can assure you that another arrest will be made. I want to encourage anyone else who may know anything about this case to contact my office. At this time, I want to thank our partners. I would like to provide a special thanks to APD, the GBI, special thanks to the South Fulton Police Department under the leadership of Chief Keith Meadows. Under his leadership, I want to specifically thank Lieutenant Weathers. As I stated earlier, this is an ongoing investigation. We are out in the field even as we speak on this investigation. I told you that there's going to be another arrest, and that is the reason why we're still out here on the field. And we're going to get that individual and any other individuals that could be attached to this case in custody if we find out that anyone else is involved. I have expressed my sympathy to the mother and father and their family, and I promised them that I was going to find Imani and find out who done something to Imani, and that today we have done. And so now at this time, I will turn it over to the parents. This is Miss Clarine and Mr. Ackman.
Today is a very difficult day for our family, especially the mother and the father. As a mother and father, you know that your kids are in a very special way. And when I couldn't reach Imani almost 3 weeks ago, I knew something was wrong. Late last night, my worst fears were confirmed, and our family is devastated. Being here today is extremely difficult for us, but I do want to thank the public who rallied around us and supported us for Imani's safe return. Thank you to the members of the national and local media who elevated the story. Lastly, Investigator Jones, Deputy Adams, and Sheriff Levette, and the whole entire team that worked diligently to bring Imani home. We thank you for your continued prayers and support as we work to care for Imani's beautiful boys without a mother. Thank you.
Yeah, this is not the news that we wanted to have, but I was prepared. I was preparing Imani's mom for it. When she sent me the Ring doorbell video and said, "What do I think?" I made my peace with it then. I want to give thanks to Investigator Jones that at least they couldn't tell us. I understand that, but she did say that's what it sounded like to me too. So I said my goodbyes to my daughter yesterday. And I told her, I promised her when I laid there with Royal that we will work with whoever we have to, and all people that's involved will be held accountable. This is the third child I lost to the state of Georgia. And if you think it's going to break me, it's not. I done seen all I can see. 3 of my babies gone. I want to thank Rockdale County. I didn't want to give y'all the chance, and I wanted him so bad. But I trusted y'all, and thank you. Thank you. It's not the news that we wanted, but I'm happy that we can hold them accountable. And I just ask all, if you know anything can help it go further and anybody else that is involved, come forth. Because what has happened to us more than once can happen to any of you. And you will want us and everybody to be involved same way you are. I was ready for it.
Very emotional, right?
I mean, it's one thing when we're just like talking about this stuff, but to see the parents and, you know, I got teary eyed. I had to take a moment because, and then he said that they lost more than one child. This is the third child.
For him, for sure. Yeah. That he's lost to the state of Georgia.
That to me is just,
it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
It's tough to watch. It's so emotional and it's just heart-wrenching because as a parent losing your child, you know, anybody losing anybody, but you can definitely see the hurt and, you know, what they're going through. Their grief.
And now they have to they had to sit with her kids and, you know, tell them that their mom isn't coming home, and some of her kids are old enough to understand. I don't know, that video was just a lot to take in.
Very powerful, very moving press conference. At the end of the press conference, Sheriff Levet had a message for the community saying, quote, "If there's anyone that's out here that is involved in a toxic relationship, whether you are receiving mental abuse, verbal abuse, or physical abuse, it is not worth keeping quiet. And we need for you to step out and say something so we can end such tragedies like this," end quote. On August 7th, a candlelight vigil was held by Imani Roberson's family to honor her memory. Just a few days after Donnell Anderson was arrested, on August 8th, the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office announced on its Facebook page that Donnell Anderson's brother, Kadarius Glaze, had been arrested in connection with Imani's murder. It appears that on August 8th, the sheriff's office received a tip. The Facebook post also explained that the sheriff's office had strong evidence that Kadarius Glaze, quote, played a key role in the disposal of Miss Roberson's body. He was charged with tampering with evidence, concealment of a dead body, and arson. The Rockdale Sheriff's Office has not released a possible motive for Imani's murder. Please remember, this is still an ongoing investigation, an ongoing case. So there's not a whole lot of details. We don't really know much. We don't know if they were having like marital issues or anything like that, but it is kind of hinted to that by the sheriff's message at the end of the podcast.
Right.
The aftermath is that there are now 4 children who have lost their mother and their father.
Yep.
On August 9th, Donnell Anderson faced additional charges of cruelty to children in connection with the case. Phinia Atten, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name, the chief judge for the Magistrate Court of Rockdale County, said that according to the warrant, Imani's children were present during the murder. Saying, quote, the 3-year-old audibly heard the incident and that they were also in the vehicle when their mother was being transported out of the county, end quote. Remember, it was her car was found 24 miles away. It was in a different county. I'm assuming a forensic countermeasure. But yeah.
He brought the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Imani's mother, Miss Clarine, said that her heart aches for her grandchildren, and they asked the community to be supportive and involved because these 4 children are now without a mother.
Yeah. I just say yeah.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to assist Imani's 4 children, all of whom, according to Sheriff Levet, are safe, but will need a lot of counseling and a lot of support. And we will include the link for the GoFundMe in the description.
Yeah, of course.
So again, this is ongoing. This happened a few months ago. At the July is when she was reported missing. That's all the information that we have currently. It is one that I definitely want to keep tabs on and update from time to time, because it's just such a it just doesn't make sense. To me, you don't want to be with someone, just leave, but to subject your children to this, and now the children are parentless,
scarred for life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
So with that being said, again, I will definitely keep tabs on this case and post any updates to the channel and keep you all updated. Please join in the comments and tell us what you think. Share the story, and the GoFundMe.
If you can, the GoFundMe will be in the description box. Keep the conversation going in the comments section, as well as keep an eye out if we hear anything else. The case is new, so I'm sure there will be new things coming out. We'll keep y'all updated. We do plan on doing we've been in the talks about doing like little short news videos and also live, so we can talk about things current, that is going on currently. So keep an eye out for all of that, because I'm sure more has to come out, because we don't know exactly what happened yet. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a heartbreaking one. They're all heartbreaking, but this is just tough.
It is tough. I do want to kind of end with saying, and just kind of making a message to anyone viewing the video. If you are someone is experiencing domestic violence, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233, or go to thehotline.org. This will all be in the description. The calls are free and confidential. It's available 24/7, and they speak like over 50 different languages. Reach out, get help, and please know that you are not alone.
Right.
Domestic violence casts a shadow that can be incredibly difficult to escape, but there is hope and help is available. If you are in immediate danger, please call emergency services. But remember, you do not have to face this alone. You deserve to be safe, respected, and free from harm. Please remember, it is never your fault. You are strong, resilient, and there are people who care deeply about your well-being. And if you know someone who might be experiencing domestic violence, be there for them. Offer a listening ear and help them find the support they need.
Exactly. That was heavy. So I guess that's it for us, you guys. Like we said, comment section, keep the conversation going. We thank you guys for being here, for listening. Share this video if you can. We're still building this podcast, so if you can help us to get the word out, then that'd be great. Don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button, also that little bell notification, so that you can be notified every time that we post a video. And I think that's all that we have for you guys.
It is. So until next week.
Bye.
Bye.